What up today, y'all? How you guys doing? Hopefully this audio comes through a lot clearer. I got a wireless mic set up today. Just saying bye to my dad. Bye, Dad! So that leads to something that came on my mind. Actually, last night. I almost did it last night, but I didn't because I was waiting for this to come in. Something that I was sitting there pondering on, thinking about. I call him Dad. He's not my blood dad. He's not my stepdad. Honestly, no way a relation at all, in a sense. But he's my dad nonetheless. I call him my dad. He calls me his son. He's spoken a lot of good things in my life, pushed me in a lot of good ways. And I'm sitting there contemplating last night. I was thinking about it because the difference between a dad and a father. And there was another gentleman that I considered my father, and I'd consider him my dad. But I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was thinking about how much my dad has spoken into my life positive, how much he's like, are you sure you want to do that? Keeping me in check in more than one way, not only in Christianity, but even in my own life. And I was sitting there, it's like, man, and I did it to him today. I went and I asked for his forgiveness because even though he was my dad, I call him dad, I never considered him in a sense like a father. So to me, there's a difference between a dad and a father. A dad is somebody who is there. Yes, you have kids, but you're not in their life. You're not impacting their life in a positive manner. That's just to me what a dad is. It's like, okay, yeah, I got kids, and yeah, big deal. A father is somebody who's there, somebody who is doing everything they possibly can to impact their child in a beneficial way for the child, not for themselves. To showing their kid that there's so much more in this world than what they're able to see. And that includes disciplining. That includes giving them a sense of freedom when necessary. There's so many different things that a father does. And the guy that I call dad, and I still call him dad, but he was acting more in a father role than where I was noticing, than what I was seeing. And when I was just talking to him, where I was helping him out at the house, I was just talking to him and telling him about it. And here I am, I'm a big dude, all right? I'm 6'2", I'm 300 pounds. I am a big guy. And I just started bawling because of that connection, that oneness, that this gentleman who, in a sense, does not have to care about me, does not have to consider me his son, does not have to consider me a child to him, doesn't have to. There is no relation other than just like him and I, as a father and son. There, friendship. There's nothing. He's not married to my mom. He never dated my mom, or my father dated. You get what I'm saying? Nothing. But he chose to. He chose to be that father in my life. And I never knew my biological father. Never knew him. That's a whole nother subject. Because honestly, God gave me the opportunity to have somebody even better than him in my life. And that would be my dad, Casey. I absolutely love him. Hands down, he is my father. He is my dad. And it's awesome on how much growing up, he was there to able to minister to me, be able to speak to me, point me in the right directions, and sometimes point me in the wrong directions just to see how funny it would be. But that's what they do. And now, where I'm at in my life, being able to reverse the role in a sense and be there for him. Apparently I've done it a lot more than I've realized, but it's so awesome to see that. It's so awesome to see how the connections can be made. And in a sense, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we all need that. We all need that person in our life that we can talk to, that we can hold accountable, and they can hold us accountable in a good way. Because that accountability is so necessary. Without that accountability, it would be chaos, and it would go crazy. We would go crazy. I don't know what more to say besides that. That's pretty awesome. I got to work with him today. Like I said, we're doing some work at his house. And for him to be able to open up to me about some of the things he's going through is phenomenal. To be able to have that impact on somebody else is awesome. And it's not just him. There's a few other people that open up to me and talk. And that is so important. The communication, the not the well, you can call it a oneness, but realizing that we're not an island. So if you know what I mean by we're not an island, that we are not alone in this. We need to realize that. We need to stay with that, to realize there's so many other people that go through something similar, and to be able to voice what is going on. So that was what was on my mind for today. Again, if you get anything out of this, it's to remember you're not alone. That there is somebody there that cares for you. Even when you think, oh, I am alone, there's nobody. You could be the most angriest person in the world, but there will be somebody there. There's always somebody there. And you know, and I'm going to be a little cringy for y'all. If there is not a physical person there for you, God is always there for you. And I'll tell you what, there's so many times that I have people think I'm talking to myself, but I tell you, I'm talking to God. Because I didn't think there was anybody else in this world that was going through the exact thing I was going through at that time. And I needed help, and I didn't know how to speak it to somebody. But I was able to speak to him, talk to him, and be like, God, I can't do this. I'm falling apart. This is what's going on. I need your guidance. And I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 times, there's always that one time, but 9 out of 10 times, somebody would come up to me randomly and just start, hey, how you doing? And start what I was just talking to God about, whether it be a day before, a week before, a month before. And that one time that it doesn't happen, it's because I was too stubborn to listen. I was too full of pride. I was too full of myself to not listen to when somebody was trying to help me out. And I'm not pointing fingers to anybody. I'm pointing a finger right back at myself, talking about myself here, because it happens a lot, to where I have those people around me that truly love me and care about me, and they're there for me, but I am ignorant, selfish, stuck up, and too afraid to ask for help. And I tell you what, in those times, I dig myself such a deep hole that I never think it's ever possible to get out of. And lo and behold, every time I've done that, God has been there, reaching his hand in the hole and be like, I got you, son. Come on. Follow me. I'll help you through this. And it hurts. It hurts when God helps you at times, especially when it's something that is so uncomfortable, but he's got you. And through that hurt, through that pain, through what we consider suffering, his glory is brought through. His love shines so bright that you forget all about it. Amen to that. That's all I can say on that. So, on that note, I'll catch y'all later. We'll see what comes up in my head tomorrow. I got church tomorrow. I'm playing part of the worship team tomorrow. I play the bass. It's going to be awesome. Time of worship. On that note, y'all be blessed. Y'all be good. Peace out. We'll talk to you later.